Wherever you are in your workday, push yourself back from the desk and take a little pause. This sequence is focusing on the upper back and shoulders, reversing the slouching posture that we get from typing all day, relieving some tension, and just giving ourselves some time to reset. Connect back to yourself during maybe a stressful workday. Take some time to get a fresh new perspective and outlook. This class can be done all together as one. We don't ever move from our chair unless you really want to. Or you can take just a few of these stretches at a time. Maybe take a few in the morning, a few at lunchtime, a few in the afternoon, a few before you leave, to get just a little bit of stretch and movement in your day. So if you would like to join me now, we are going to first take a few moments to just come in, have some breath awareness, and just relax. Maybe it's your lunch break. Maybe you just really need a few minutes to yourself. So take that time here, move to the edge of your seat, find some space. Sit up nice and tall, the feet firmly planted on the ground, with our shoes and our socks off if you can. Just taking nice breaths. Letting other stressors go. Coming back within. Letting your breath remind you of this gift of the present moment. You can go back to work later. We don't need to think about any of that right now. Find one deep, big inhale in through the nose. Really fill the belly. Hold the breath for 2 counts. And then exhale through the nose, nice and full. Do that 2 more times. Holding at the top. One more round. Try to make this even. Maybe we're already feeling the nervous system. Take a breather for a moment. Roll the shoulders back. Take a little sigh of relief. You're here. You're in the now. Gingerly tilt the head forward so the chin touches the chest. And then lift the head back so your gaze is up. Exhale, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the chest or the head away from the chest. Working through the cervical spine, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling a stretch in the back of the neck before we move on to the sides. Making these movements with care and intention. And then meeting back in neutral spine. This time taking your head to the left, being careful to only move from the neck. Trying to keep everything else as still as possible. Basically, pretend you're an owl. Try to see how far, without any pain or discomfort, you can shift your gaze to the side. I'm sure you won't be able to swivel your head all the way around. That'll be kind of freaky. And on this last round, hold your gaze for a few breaths on each side. Consciously releasing tension in the shoulders. On your next exhale, come back through center and take your last shift to the other side. Beautiful. With a nice audible exhale, come back to center. Inhale, take the gaze and the chest up as the hands kind of float back to the hip crease. And then exhale, let the hands float to the knees, round through the back. Finding a few rounds of seated cat-cow. Moving with the breath, letting your body open and expand. Last breath. Exhale, round. Inhale, back up to neutral spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. So if you're close to your desk, push yourself away, find some room. And we're just meeting belly to thighs here. Let the head drop down. Get some blood flow. Maybe plant the hands on the ground as well. Find that connection. I know this probably isn't grass or dirt, but we can pretend. Just finding length in the spine. Maybe this probably feels really relieving for the lower back. And then inhale, press up with the fingertips, round through the back. Take this nice and slow. Release. Now extending the legs nice and long, coming up onto the heels. Maybe we have to resituate here. Coming up onto the heels, flex the feet. So we're already maybe feeling a stretch in the calves. And then gently fold forward, keeping a nice long spine. We can feel this stretch as it travels all the way up the backs of the legs. Maybe we hold on to the desk. Hope to pull yourself a little bit more forward. Pointing, flexing the toes. Waking up the little joints there. We can't forget about the toes. Last breath. Reaching up with the crown of the head. Gently press back up. Plant the feet back on the floor. And take the hips over to the right side. Round through the lower back and send the hips over to the right. So we're trying to feel this as much in the lower back as we can. Kind of like a little seated cat-cow here. Instead of rib rolls like we do sometimes with our upper back, the cat-cow, we're trying to do it from the lower back. So maybe take your hands to the low back. Send your awareness there. Just one more breath. Wiggle it out. Then sit up nice and tall in your chair. Reach the arms up into a nice cactus. So we're drawing the shoulder blades together. Our fingers are spread wide. We want these arms to look like goalposts. Inhale and exhale. Draw the elbows together in front of the chest. Maybe they reach. Maybe they don't. Inhale, open wide. Create space in the chest. Big breath. Exhale. Draw them together. Moving with the breath. One more time. Exhale. Then releasing the arms, cross the right underneath the left, trying to ravel them and meet palms in eagle arms. Take your breath to the upper back, the space right between the scapula there. Inhale, reach the hands up slowly. Widening, expanding in the upper back. Maybe close the eyes, see how much you can feel. 2 more big breaths here. And exhale to unravel back into the cactus arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, draw them in front of the chest. About 4 rounds here. My belly just growled. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but this is our lunchtime desk yoga. Sounds like lunchtime for sure. Exhale, last one, beautiful. You might feel a little burn in the shoulders here. We didn't know we were getting a workout today to do. Exhale, cross the left arm underneath or whichever side you didn't do before. And again, just find space for yourself. Find mental space. Find physical space. You can make any space a safe space for yourself. You can try to. One more breath. Exhale, unravel the arms. Shake it out. Reach the right arm overhead, finding a big side stretch. Lifting the chest nice and high. And then take this right hand to the left knee. Inhale, lift up for a gentle twist. The left hand can find whatever we have to grab onto here. You might want to twist yourself a little bit more than we normally do. Not anything forceful or painful, but we might just want extra spinal twist here. Beautiful. Back to center. Take the hands behind you. If you can grab onto the back, kind of the bottom, the armrests of your chair, just taking a little back bend. So send the chest up, pressing into the chair, opening through the fronts of the shoulders. Maybe you want to wiggle it out a little bit. That feels great. Finding any small movements that you can add in to give yourself some extra relief. That's what it's all about here. And then on your next exhale, release. Inhale, left arm sweeps overhead, side stretch. Really pressing down into the chair, through the bottoms of the feet, sending the left arm overhead. And then finding your twist, exhale. Making this as big or as small as feels good, as your space allows. And exhale. Back to center, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and round through the back, pressing the palms away from you. Tuck the chin. Hold here for a few breaths. One last breath. And then keep the hands where they are. Inhale, raise them over the head. And exhale, draw them in front of the chest, round through the back. 2 more times like this. Inhale, reach. And exhale, round. Last time. And we can release the hands down, maybe take a few wrist rolls on the way down. Reaching this left arm up, inhale. Find a few little shoulder circles. Just work through the joint. Maybe feel a stretch in the pectoral muscle there. And release. We'll reach the right arm up, big inhale. Yeah, work through. And releasing back down, coming into neutral spine. So whether you took this whole practice in conjunction as an entire sequence with me, or if you just practiced a few of these moves and you're at the end of this video, take a few moments to find some more presence. I think it's such a nice way to start and end a yoga practice with just even a few breaths. Before we end our time here for yourself and you rush back off to your duties and your responsibilities, end with some sense of peace and calm. Maybe close the eyes, hands to heart center. Take a big breath in and out. Feeling your beautiful being as a whole, your body and your mind in union together. Feeling yourself in the now. And I want to thank you so much for taking these precious moments for yourself, especially in the middle of a busy work day, to relieve stress, leave some of it behind before you even go home. I really hope you enjoyed this little sequence and got some tension relief. I would love to know how it went for you down below, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. I will link some more of my desk office yoga classes down below so you can really work on adding these into your routine, maybe even just once or twice a week. I'm sure you will feel a difference in mind and body. Thank you for joining me on Yoga with Paige. It is always a pleasure. Until we meet again next time, have a great and productive rest of your day.